You may not think much about infertility until you want to have a family and learn that you cannot get pregnant.
Health officials say about 15% of the population has difficulty. Tonight, Bridget Berry Caswell has our special report, Costs to Conceive.
Hi there. All set?
To say this is a big moment for Shauna and Giles Brule is an enormous understatement. They have been trying to get pregnant for 2 years.
When I pictured my future, I always pictured little people being there.
But that dream has proven difficult for these two here at Northeastern Reproductive Medicine in Colchester, and about to find out through an ultrasound if she is 6 weeks pregnant. If yes, there's a 50-50 chance she'll see a baby's heart beating inside her for the first time.
It's been stressful, emotional, very emotional.
She's referring to the in vitro fertilization, or IVF, she's been through more than once. Infertility is physically, financially, and emotionally taxing on couples who are often at a breaking point by the time they seek medical help.
There's just something particular about that portion of your life that, you know, when you've lost the ability to do it, to have that family that you were dreaming of, it takes a particular toll on people.
Couples typically begin an infertility evaluation when they've tried unsuccessfully to get pregnant for a year. If a woman is 35 or older, that window narrows to 6 months. No time to waste. Age 35 is considered to be the starting point for advanced reproductive age. At that point, Murray says tests are done to find a cause. She says about 15% of the population has difficulty conceiving, with the majority due to medical issues. For others, it's age-related. A woman is considered at peak fertility in her early 20s. At that point, she has a 22% chance of getting pregnant each month. By age 40, her chance of conceiving is less than 5%.
As women, we're born with our full complement of eggs, and what happens is that the chromosomes that have to sort of line up properly, the mechanisms that do that get a little bit weaker as the egg ages.
For some couples, less invasive options are successful at helping them conceive, but for many, in vitro fertilization is their only option. At Northeastern Reproductive, Murray says IVF is successful about 50% of the time. But at what cost financially? Just 15 states mandate insurance companies offer infertility coverage. Vermont is not one of them. It can run a couple $10,000 or more for one IVF cycle. Here at Northeastern, it's $6,500, and financing is available. Options that made IVF possible for Shauna and Giles.
It's an involved process on all fronts, and you have to be ready to deal with the stress of that and make sure that you financially plan appropriately.
Doctors say about 40% of infertile couples have both a male and a female factor contributing. The case with a couple in on this day for an egg retrieval. She has recently finished 7 to 12 days injecting herself with medication to stimulate egg production.
Egg number 2.
5 are found, and they will be fertilized with her husband's sperm later in the day. On day 2, 3, or 5, a formed embryo will be transferred back inside her uterus, and then it is a waiting game. 12 days to be exact before the first pregnancy test.
We do another one 48 hours later because we expect it to rise almost double. And if that happens, then they're scheduled for an ultrasound at 6 weeks.
And that's where we find Shauna and Giles Brule on this day. This is it. After 2 years of physical and emotional highs and lows, is she pregnant? Hearts pounding with relief in this room. And now,
Giddy, happy, so excited.
The best day.
Yes, the best. Thank you.
a joyful day on their long, arduous journey toward parenthood. Bridget Berry Caswell, Channel 3 News, Colchester.
Now, we should note that the ultrasound we were there for took place several weeks ago as Bridget was first starting to work on this story.
And we are happy to report that Shauna and Giles have now graduated onto obstetric care. Their baby is due in September.
Congratulations.
Yes.